Afternoon, folks. A little bit windy outside. We'll get closer to the car here in the shed and out of the wind. mk4 Golf. I'm going to replace the oil sump on it. I've done a slight repair to it 10 months ago. It was leaking around the actual drain plug and replaced the washer. And in fact, I think I went to the point of replacing the plug. Still dripped, and I've done a quick repair at the time, which did work, and we used this stuff here. Multi-fix. So glue resin, it's 2-pack, comes out of both sides. Mix it up and you apply it and then leave it to set. Bung was glued in, but we need to service the car. I suppose I could take it off and re-glue it again with this stuff, but I'm going to replace the sump. So we're going to get the car up in a set of access stands here, and we'll get in underneath and we'll get a closer look. Okay, we're underneath the car, and this is what the repair had done. Just sealed it all up. In fact, there's a slight wee dampness there already, but we're going to have to take this out, take some plug out and drain the oil out of the car. And before we take some plug off, we need to take off the low level oil sensor wire. And we're going to have to remove 3 bolts along here and the usual bolts right round. There's 20 of these small 10 mils. There's a little small Allen key hole up in the middle of them as well. We're going to need an Allen key as well. So we'll set the camera down. I'll dig this out and get a jar in underneath and we'll drain the oil out. Replacing an oil sump isn't much more difficult, I think, than basically changing oil in your car, doing a set of brake pads. You don't need many special tools as long as you can get your car jacked up safely, supported safely. Tools is pretty basic. You're going to need something Allen key, and it's going to have these type of heads. You can buy these Allen keys at any auto parts store. That one there as well, that's a 5mm small socket added to a swivel head, because there's 4 bolts at the back of the sump is in at an angle, but usually if you buy one of these you can get them out. With this, actually this is the type of bolt that goes into the sump. The outer is 10mm socket, the inner is 5mm Allen key head. It's not Torx, it's Allen key. Trying to do all odd. The reason I say ball head, this, let me get in here, you can hit these slightly at an angle, not a lot, but enough to do. What else? You're going to need a socket. Took the sump bung out, 19mm, 16mm socket, handle spanner, 3/8 drive or 1/2 inch will do for taking out 3 gearbox bolts. Hammer, piece of wood for topping the sump if it's pretty, bonded. Old paint scraper for cleaning around the bottom of the engine, cleaning off any excess silicone, anything like that. Gonna need a sponge, like a Scotch-Brite top on it, or Scotch-Brite pad, pair of scissors, cut smaller pieces. Good quality gasket sealer, gasket maker is a must. Don't buy cheap stuff. You're putting it on once. One of these tubes, not very expensive, but buy a good quality one. There's another great cleaner there. Household oven cleaner. That stuff lifts grease like mad. Another must, good clean quality rags. Don't use a rag that's been kicked around the floor and full of dirt. You don't want to be rubbing dirt into a good engine. Engine takes very little dirt. The next thing, your big end bearings, your big end bearings, your main bearings will be eaten away. Very little dirt. See that there? That's a no-no. Throw that rag away. Also, another tip. This is just an old wooden box. Piece of cardboard would do. Sump is 20 with Allen key screws. 20 holes punched here, marked with 3 bolt holes for the gearbox. The reason to do this, I'm not sure about this engine, but not every engine, the sump hole bolts are not all the same length. So I'll take them out and place them in order to take them out into the holes in the box, so they'll go back in the same way. Had a previous problem a few years ago. Put the sump back on, had all the bolts in but two, and had two bolts that was too long, and I had to go right around the whole sump to find where the two long bolts went. So this would eliminate that problem, and it's a good way you don't lose bolts. Everything's there when you go to put the car back together, so it's a good wee tip, just like that. But I have all the bolts out, and to be honest I don't think this is the original sump on the car. There's too much silicone around it, and they usually drop off pretty much without any tapping, but this one seems to be pretty well attached to the shower. So now I don't know if I can catch it in the camera, but in the point of the screwdriver there's a notch there for putting prizing in. So I've got a screwdriver just in there, just nicely, and hopefully we'll give it a wee bit of a prise, and it should come off. I'll try and get the camera set here so the half easy, decent. But usually I'll just watch them taking that down. Yeah, there's the bottom of it. Okay, I got the sump out. Wasn't that difficult a job. Wee bit of extra hammering because of the excess silicone around the edges of the sump. Now, underside the engine, we're going to have to clean the underside of the engine, spotlessly clean, before we put on our donor sump. Also, we're going to need to change this low level oil sensor. Put it into the sump. This is a second hand sump. It came out of a car that I personally drove, and I know the sump, there's no cracks, no problems, so I'm going to use it. Have my bolts, and I'm a good boy, all in order around the box. Now some of these bolts, you know, there's wee bits of silicone, gasket sealer around the edges of these bolts, some more. I'm going to clean these all up before I put them back in the car. Now I have it cleaned along the edge, pretty happy with that. Any wee marks there, I think it's just probably more stain than anything. I've scraped it, rubbed it and cleaned it with degreaser, and that'll leave it ready for putting my donor sump on. I've got a piece of newspaper here. We're going to use the gasket maker on this first. It's a practice run. Also, it is also to I've used this before, is to make sure there's no lumpy bits in the tip here, so that when we go to the sump we're going to put on a nice, neat, fresh layer. And also the piece of the newspaper will give us an indication of how quickly it's drying. So we're going to start here. We're just going a single line around the sump. I'll do loop the loop around the bolt holes. I'm trying to keep it fairly thin, like that. I know I'm not the best person for drawing a pencil line, so I don't have a steady hand, but we're just going to keep it nice, steady, loop, that's the way I roughly want to do it. Need a little bit more maybe here. It's not that easy to go back over it, but if you feel you have too much, I would just get a scraper, scrape off and start again. Again, one of these tubes would do actually 2 or 3 sumps. Now see how we go. You really need to have the camera set in one place. Need all hands to get this up in one go. So this actually goes up. It's not difficult to line up. It's just more getting your first 2 or 3 screws to start. Having everything where you want it. We don't want to be climbing in and out too many times. It's okay if you have your guides and a 4-poster lift. Quite easily to work that way. review me. I thought I get one, I would have one, but I don't think the wife would let me. She wants a new kitchen first, but that's life. So we're getting screws up in here, and everything's lining up pretty okay. We'll just straighten them up, not too tight, till we get the rest of the screws in the screws in the sump, and we still need to connect our low level sensor wire, and basically that just pushes on tight till it clicks. Give it a wee pull to make sure it hasn't clicked yet. So no, get her on. That's it now. Right, that's the sump on. It is completed. Few things I have to say. Don't forget about putting on your low level wire back on. It's quite important. The 4 rear screws that goes into an angle can be quite difficult, but don't over tighten them, especially the 2 middle ones. They're screwing into a plastic rear crankshaft seal housing with a metal dowel or a brass dowel on, but don't over tighten them. If you crack that, you're in trouble. You're going to have to take the clutch, gearbox and all out of the car. So just sweeten them up a wee bit more than hand tight. Same with the 2 screws on the crankshaft pulley side. They're screwed into an aluminium housing. These ones along each side of the sump screw into the block. But it's not a difficult job. A wee bit of time, a wee bit of patience and common sense, and shouldn't be any problem in replacing one of these. So anyway, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and in the meantime, take care, bye bye, adios.